What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Today we're going to talk about two emails that I got, so we're trying not to make this too long to bore you guys. So we'll try to make this under 10 minutes for both of these. And the first one, I'm going to dive right in. Now, bear in mind that these are actual people that send me emails, and I'll ask them straight out, is it okay if I talk about it? And if you want your name left out, I'll leave the name and specifics out, or if you want your name in, some people want to hear the name, so both these individuals want their names left out. So, without further ado, the first one is about bodybuilding with anorexia and bulimia. And this individual said he wanted his name left out if I make a video of this. He's trying to overcome anorexia and bulimia, and he wants to build muscle. So he used to be overweight and binge eat, and then he starved himself. Starving got boring, so he ended up binging again, but felt so guilty that he had to purge. He used laxatives, thyroid medication. He can't seem to find balance in his life. Please help, he said. Now, first of all, bodybuilding with anorexia and bulimia, you should take bodybuilding out of that equation altogether right now. Get rid of it, because you have not gotten past the anorexia, bulimia part before you can even get to the bodybuilding part. Bodybuilding takes a lot of structure, and as far as what I know, I've dealt with a few people with anorexia, bulimia. It's a control issue, okay? So until you get the issue of having to be in control all the time, which bodybuilding is a good thing if you want to be in control, because you constantly have to be in control of yourself, your diet, your training, your cardio, everything that's going on around you. It's actually a good way to focus on things to stay on target, to not have those issues with the anorexia and bulimia. But to me, all right, this is my personal opinion, I'm not a specialist, anorexia and bulimia is something you never overcome. Okay, you deal with it on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, whenever it rears its ugly head at you, you deal with it, but you don't ever forget the fact that you are anorexic or bulimic, and you will be that way the rest of your life. It's like having a drug addiction. Many people say, oh, when you were a drug addict, and I stop and go, whoa, 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 I still am a drug addict. That's the way it works. When you think you have something beaten, that's when you don't. That's when it rears its ugly head and overthrows your whole life and screws everything up that you've been working for. So my advice to you is to get, I don't know whether therapy would help, if you've tried therapy, what the deal is, but you have to get that in check first before you start worrying about bodybuilding and stuff. But there's something in your life right now that's causing the bulimia and anorexia to happen. Whether it's a control issue now or it's something that's happened to you in the past, it doesn't matter, but you need to find out what's causing that issue, fix that first before you can fix the anorexia and bulimia issue. Without that, you're just going to repeat the cycle over and over again, and you're going to be doomed. It's going to feel like you're helpless to never get better, to never be well. So the bottom line is, start at the beginning. Don't start with bodybuilding and try to figure out how to be a competitive bodybuilder, get a great physique, because you have these other things that are going to be blocking that first if they're not taken care of. Okay. Second email was, let's see, he wanted to talk about willpower and food. Okay. And he said he's 18, he's dieted down from about 200 pounds with a toned look and invisible abs to 173 pounds with very low body fat. Okay, he said, long story, he believes he developed an eating problem. Okay, he thinks he now has an eating disorder. Okay, because his plan was to reverse diet out because he had a hard time controlling his cravings, and then he gained about 14 pounds over 3 months. Okay, he realized that he feels like he's mentally soft, like he's weak. Okay. And he said, if I had any advice on how to control or recover from an eating problem. First of all, his name is not on here, we're leaving it out, but you don't have an eating problem. You don't have an eating disorder. What you did was fuck up your gut. And this is what I talk to people about constantly, day in and day out, and why people have to reverse diet. Because their fucking metabolism slowed down. You slowed your metabolism down by cutting from 200 pounds down to 173. You put the cardio up, you cut the calories back, and you starved yourself, basically. Now what happens, your body gets to the point where it's like, fuck you, I don't want to do this anymore, and starts sending out those cravings. Once you give it to those cravings once, you're off and running. That's not an eating disorder. That's your body trying to stay alive. Those are natural survival tendencies that your body has because you dieted wrong. This is the problem that I have. Every day I get 10, 20, 30 emails from people, well, here's my diet. I do this, and I am in a caloric deficit of this. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. You guys are so racked up on those numbers that you keep pulling numbers and adding cardio, pulling numbers, and then I have to be in a caloric deficit, and then you're all fucked at the end. Every one of you are the same way. You're all fucked and gain fat at the end. Every single time. Unless you're able to starve yourself down and stay there, which takes a lot of willpower, or that could actually be an eating disorder like anorexia, when you can starve yourself down and stay starved down. But the bottom line is, Why am I able to gain all this weight after this competition and not get fat? Because my metabolism's so goddamn fast when I was done. I was eating Pop-Tarts, cookies, whole milk, sandwiches, all kinds of shit, and losing weight. How is that possible? Because my metabolism was faster at the end of the cut. When I cut down, I didn't start pulling calories and jacking up my cardio. I changed my macros. I actually increased calories towards the end of the diet. As my body starts to get faster, I feed it more. It's like a campfire being given wood. Your metabolism is the campfire, and you keep feeding it the wood to keep the fire burning and going bigger. That's how it really works, and that's long term. The problem is every jack-off out there nowadays thinks that, oh, I'll reduce my calories and give you some more cardio. And all these gurus and trainers and dietitians and all this bullshit. I had a fucking doctor tell a client when he wasn't losing weight that he needed to do more exercise and eat less. He was on a ketogenic diet. He was 260 pounds. He was training 4 days a week with weights and doing cardio 6 days a week. You don't need to do more. If you're doing that and nothing's happening, something is fucked up. And you don't need to do more and cut back on your food. That only fucks you up further. That was a doctor. People who we trust to know, to have the answers. And all he did was going to fuck him up more. What happened was he actually had a thyroid deficiency that the doctor never thought about, never tested. And it was a hormonal thing. Okay? So beware of all these people out there. There's so much information on the internet, and they make it so easy. Just cut some calories. Dude, it is not that easy. If that was that easy, everybody out there would be in shape, and they would stay in shape. The bottom line is, anyone, I don't care who you are, can get in shape, but that doesn't mean you can stay in shape. Doesn't mean you know what you're doing. Doesn't mean you have control of your body. Just because some guy diets someone down to fucking contest shape doesn't mean he knows what the fuck he's doing. He sucked them down. That person 40 pounds later in a week looks like shit and gained all that fat. Did he really know what he was doing? I had a guy who dieted me down who's like, well, the only thing we can do is pull more food or add more cardio. And that's what I did. And what happened? I got fucking fat after that contest. Of course I did. I tore my metabolism down. It wasn't until I understood the concepts of how to speed the metabolism up to where I didn't get fat anymore if I didn't want to. If I don't feel like watching my weight, if I don't feel like watching my body fat, fuck it. But the time I want to get in shape, like that, I'm in shape. And right afterwards, I'm not out there fucking binging all kinds of weird shit. I had a protein drink. I had a sandwich. Big fucking deal. To bring my weight back up and glycogen filled back up, yes, I'll binge. But I'm binging with a purpose. I don't like doing it. I'll do it to get my results. Big difference between not being able to control myself and pushing myself to get the results that I want. I push myself to get lean. I push myself to get big. I push myself to do everything. I push myself to get up in the morning and do what I have to do. You have to push yourself. But the bottom line is, if you're doing what this kid did, you don't have an eating disorder. You fucked up the cut. Look deeper into this stuff, guys. The information is out there. And please, stop listening to every Yahoo. Stop going to like bodybuilding.com forum. And stop listening to people that are like, oh, this is the way you have to do it. And they look like a starved, plucked chicken. And they're telling you how to get in shape when they're starving themselves. I can guarantee you that you don't have to reverse diet shit when you're done with your diet if you diet the right way. You know why? Because your metabolism is so fast, you could add 100 grams of carbs right away and it wouldn't even affect the way your body fat went up. You could add 30, 40 grams of protein, 30 grams of fat right away, and it wouldn't affect the way your body fat goes up. All your body would do is soak that up and actually speed up even more if you did it the right way. So beware. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't do this starvation shit and then figure, well, I did it right, so I must have an eating disorder. No, you're fucking not doing it right. Eating disorders don't happen because you decided to go on a cut, starve yourself to the point where your body fucking freaked out, and then you went off and couldn't stop. Because there's going to come a point at some time when your body is okay, and it's leveled out and it's not freaking out anymore, and then lo and behold, you're going to be able to stop yourself from eating. That's not an eating disorder. If you weigh 500 pounds, I'd say maybe it's an eating disorder, but it's not the same. So pay attention to what's going on out there. Don't listen to these guys just because they say they have experience, or here's my PhD, or whatever the fuck it is, because they may not really understand how it works. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Don't take my word for it. Go out there and do the research yourself. Actually you got all this time that you're asking me questions and other people. Get your ass online and really dig deep to understand how your metabolism works if you really want to know how it works. Don't just take someone's word for it and hire them. Do the work yourself. bioctraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.bioctraining.com is the blog, and this is the non-starvation bicep, and we're out.